Hi everyone, this is Artisan Loom, and today I'm going to show you, hopefully, how to make my steampunk bracelet. I've got it. I had to put an extra extension because it shrinks up a little bit. I use 2 full looms, but just to be able to fit, you might have to add a couple more or get another set of looms and go 4 or 5 down the line. But for this one, I'm only going to do it just like this, same colors. On 2 looms length in this configuration. 3 down in the center, all straight across, and then up 1 on each. Okay, so here's the steampunk, and I just love this charm. Just trying to figure out some unique way to do this, a new design. So basically, that's what I'm going to show you. So I'm going to bling it out the exact way. And I have these little flower things staggered on either side, and I left a big center part clear of those, just so that I could put the charm. If you choose not to do the charm, or any kind of charm, you can put anything on it. But if you choose not to put a charm or a brooch or whatever on the front, then you can just stagger these in whichever way that you want. You'll see what I'm talking about it. But I'm going to do it this exact way. So the colors I used on the edge was the Persian black, and I used these seed beads that are the same color as that gold. And then I used opaque black. And then for the center, I used the chocolate caramel Persians. I believe that's what they are. They're from the 600 count pack. And for the other side, black. And then, so these are kind of a mirrored image. These flowers, I used the Persian black going around, and I used these spacer beads for each one, each section. And then the center, I used the glitter gold. So those are the colors that I used. You can do it any way you want, make it any design you want. I actually did the royal punk one as well. I did it in different colors, and I slightly changed the name a little bit just because it didn't look royal punk, it didn't look steampunk, but then I was like, I'll just call it royal punk. But anyhow, do it any kind of color scheme that you would like to do. I'm sure it's going to come out nicely. But these are the chocolate Persians. I don't know if you have any of these or have seen them. They're really pretty color. And then obviously the Persian black. I know I just told you all this, but I'm just showing you the glitter gold. And then the opaque black. Okay. You're going to need your hook. You're going to need a C-clip or a closure of your choice. And I've even got myself a treat for when I'm finished. Reward myself for some hard work. So I suggest you get yourself a little chocolate and reward yourself for a great job. Okay. So my first tutorial, the cookies and cream, I really messed up. I didn't have the loom in the picture. I was like this and trying to, this is all new to me, so I'm still learning, so bear with me. But I will try my best because I have reading glasses. The way that I'm sitting, if I step back a little bit, then it's blurry. So it throws me off by what I can see. So I'll try to pay more attention and hopefully not mess this one up as bad as I did the last one. So, okay, let's get started. So we're going to take our glitter gold, and what we're going to do is we're going to start here. Well, I guess I should tell you, I went ahead and made up a whole bunch of these seed bead on the Persians. I'll show you how to do one just so that you, let me find my threading tool. And then I will show you how to thread one on, just in case you don't know, but I think you probably already do. Okay, you take this and you put it through one end, close it up, take a seed bead, and you put it through the center of the seed bead, both ends, and you pull it. Well, I just put lotion on, so it's not going to work now. There you go. You pull it through. My hands are a little greasy. And you pull it through. So I made up a whole bunch of these. What I did was I made up 24 of these because we're going to do every other one going down the loom. So I went ahead and made up a whole bunch of these. Well, yeah. I think I made 24. Yeah, I did 24 because there's 12 on each side. And then the single ones on the other side. And then for, well, I guess I can show you that one when we get down to the little flower parts where those charms come up. Okay, so we're going to start here and we're going to go from the center peg over. And I apologize for my hands being in the way. I just have a struggle. I can't, I'm right-handed. I have a hard time. I will try my best to work to where you can see. And then one over. So one from the middle to the second pin on the second pin bar. And then get it cornered up. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. There we go. And then what we're going to do is go straight up and down the loom. We're going to alternate between, let's see if I can do this. One up with the regular band, and then the seed bead band. We're going to do one up. Okay. Then we're going to do regular band up. See if I can get this seed bead going up. And you do the same thing on the other side. Let me grab some of these on my side. A lot of times I like to hold it as I'm putting them on it, just because at the same time I do that, it pushes the bands down. Okay, there's that, and one more. Okay, so this is what you have, and this is what it looks like. And you're going to do it all the way up the loom. Okay, so I'm going to let you finish, and then when I get up to the top, I will stop and show you how to close off the end. Be right back. Okay, so this is what your loom should look like. I don't know if this will let me. I've got the tripod sitting here. Come all the way up to here, and I stopped 1, 2, 3 pegs from the top. Okay. And let me see if I can maneuver this thing. Sorry about that. Try to be able to pull this down. Okay. So in order to close this up, we are going to go one in to the right, and then one up to the middle peg. And you'll do the same on the other side. And then one up. All right, that's how we do that part. Okay, now that I'm all messed up and you can see my tripod, that's great. Let's see if I can, there we go. Well, okay, so that's that. Okay, so then the next step we are going to be doing, I'm sorry about that, that was my dog. Here's the dog next door and he starts going nuts. Anyhow, now we're going to do like the little flower parts. So I just took a spacer bead, you know, and I pulled it through the black Persian. And I ran out of the same size one, so I had to use a smaller one. So I'm going to just kind of alternate them. But basically what you do is, and I don't remember how many I made up. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of the bigger ones. 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 of the smaller ones. But if you have all the same size, then obviously it's 19. So, okay, what you're going to do is we're going to take one of these and we're going to place it on this peg here, over to there. Okay, so we're going to do like this. Oops. Do like that. And I'm going to use a smaller one just because I'm going to alternate. Take another one and you go from that one to that one. Okay, then you take a third one and go from here to here. Now you can really do it anywhere that you want it. This is just what I came up with so that I could put the charm in the center. But you know, if you find it lays better a different way, then you know, by all means go for it. So I did one there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay all these first before I put in the gold. So we'll go to the next one and let's count. Let's see what we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up from the left. So, okay, from where this band is, we're going to go 4 up. So, no, 5 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to take another one and go from the 5th pin bar up. When I say the 5th pin bar, I mean the 5th pin bar from this one. So you're going to go there. And make sure I'm doing that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Oh, nope. Messed that up already. I see. On my notes, I was going up. I actually need to go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to go down one. Okay. And then you're going to go up one. You connect it and you go up one like that. And then you go, let's see. You connect it. I don't know if can you see what I'm doing? But basically connect it like that. And one more, and that's going to connect these two. Okay. So this is what you have at the bottom. And this is the next one up. So it just kind of connects. Okay. Let's see where I happen to put the third one. Okay. It's kind of confusing. Let me count how far I got to go up. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to go up 8 more. Let me pull this up. 8 more from right here. So I count this one too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I start that and I'm going to go to here. So I'm going to take excuse me, I have a lifesaver in my mouth. I apologize. My mouth is dry. And then you go up to the next pin in the center. Let's see if I can come down and do this so that you can see. And then you take, let's see, another one. To go across from here to there, and then one more from there to there. So it should look like that. Okay. Now I'm going to have to, let's see here what we do. One, two, three. So we've got 3 of them so far. Now I'm going to count. And the only reason why, I mean, you can stagger them how you want, but because I left that blank in the center is the reason why. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 up from this one. Okay, so where we stopped here, we're going to go count 10 up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to go down. I'm going to start there. Let me see if I can pull this down so you can pull it through here. I'm going to pull it down like that. I'm going to take the next one. You're going to connect it. And you're going to go to the center and upward. And then you're going to connect that again. Hopefully I'm on camera and you can see what I'm doing there. And then one last one, you connect it to the perimeter. There we go. So, like that. And then I believe I have one more that I'm doing, and it's going to be up at the top. Let's see if I can straighten this so you can see. Okay. I'm just going to count from the top here. So let's see, go 1, 2 down, 1, 2 down. And we're going to go upward. So we're going to connect it upward. Oops. And then you're going to, hold on, let me see what I need to do here. You know what? I think we need to take this one off and we need to count going down. So there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. I think it's 3. Let's see. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to go downward because we're going to work our way around. I was going this way. I guess it doesn't really matter, but I'm just going to follow what I had originally done. And then you're going to go connect these and towards the center, upward. Okay. And then let's see, you're going to go kitty corner. Going to connect it. Oops. Upward towards the center, and then follow it by connecting that to the right side of the perimeter. I think I have that right. Do I have that right? You know what? Let me take it off. I didn't go down far enough. I need to go down one more. I apologize. So we start here. So we're going to go there to there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So count from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And go kitty-cornered. Next one, towards the center, upward. And then we're going to do, connect it from there to right there. And then connect. I think I have it right now. I'm looking at my computer trying to, and I've got a far away shot of it. So I think this is right. I hope it's right. Seems like it's a little close to this one. 1, 2. No, that's about right. So there's that. And there's the second one. I'm going back upwards. Ugh. And I leave the center blank, sorry. And then you have this one, and then you have that one, and one more right there. Okay. Now, let's see what's next. Okay, now we're going to put the gold. I'm going to use the gold, glitter gold, and we are going to start off at the front here. We're going to start on the center peg, see, because this is kind of like a starburst type thing or flower. You're going to start in the center peg, and you're going to go towards the upper right with it, okay? You're going to connect it from the center, going to the lower right, and then straight up and down, oops, and then across towards the center, and then one more up. Did I do that right? Let me see if I did that right. Let's see here. I think I did that right. Yeah, I think you go towards the right and then all the way around. And you're going to do the same over, oh, okay, I see what I did. Let me try to rotate this. I had this wrong. Okay, let's see here. The next one, okay, so that's what it should look like. I apologize, I'm really trying. But this is, I'll get the hang of it. Okay, that's what it should look like. Now we're going to work on this one. And we're going to start going from the center straight across. So, center straight across, and then up and down, and then catty-cornered right there, upper right, or excuse me, upper left. Boy, I'm just a mess. And then straight ahead. Okay. Now we go to the next one, and we're going to go from the center. And I like to have all these bands pushed down center to the right. Okay. And let's see. And then you just follow it around like you would normally do. You're always wanting to go around to where, let's see here, to where you're starting here and going around and ending on this one. So, for example, with this one, because of the way of how it's staggered, you can't go catty-cornered because it goes across here. So you can't do this. So you're going to go straight across. So straight across and then go all the way around. And for this one, you're going to go upper right and then go all the way around. So finish those up and I'll meet you right back. Okay, so this is what it should look like. All of them. Oops, sorry. Oh, this is terrible. Right here. Okay. So, I'm all over the place. I'm going to make you feel like you're drunk. Okay, so after that, we're going to move on to the black opaque bands. And what I do is I start from this peg and I go to the right a long stretch. And then I go from this corner one a long stretch. Oops. And then, let's see here, then we go in the center of that one, and a long stretch. And then the one up from that, a long stretch. So you're just going here to here, here to here, here to here, here to here. Do a couple more, and then I'll let you go on your own. So you ended here. Well, the last one you laid was right here. to there. Now you got to go below that and go cornered up. And then from over here, you go one down from the one you just laid and go and stretch it towards the left. You go one down, grab it, and to the right. Where you ended here, you go one down and you stretch up towards the left. So you do that all the way up the loom. I'll go ahead and show you what it looks like on the other side so that you guys can do it yourself. You're going to go from that this second pin bar up on the second peg on the second pin bar and go towards the left, a long stretch. And then you are, let's see, am I doing that right? Yeah. And then you're going to go from this corner one, a long stretch. And then since you went up this way, you got to go down, pull it straight up, okay? And then where you ended, go down, grab it, long stretch to the right. You ended here, come down one, put a band on it and stretch to the left. And one more, you go down, put a band on it and stretch it to the right. Now, you see where these star thing is? You're going to ignore all that. Well, what you're going to end up doing is pushing all your bands down because you're going to place these bands on top of. All this that you're going up doing right now is going to be on top of these. Okay? So there's no worries. It's kind of like what we did right here. We went on top. We're going to do it again. So we ended right here. You're going to go down one, put a band on, and go towards the left. And then go down one, grab it, and to the right. Okay, so this is what it should look like. And I want you to finish that all the way down to the loom, to the end of the loom. And then I'll meet you right back. This is where I ended. I laid one from here to there and there to there. Okay, and there's nowhere for me, I can't, it's not connected, it's because it ends here. So what I want you to do is just you go from the right hand corner, put it on the second peg down, a long stretch, and then you're going to take a black band and you're going to go from where that ended, just take it over to the right. Okay, see that? Looks a little odd, but that's what we're going to do. Okay, and then the second pin over here, grab that and do a long stretch. And then the same thing. You're going to just take it over to the side. Okay? So, let's see if I can do this so you can see what I did right there. Now, hold on. Right, oops, right there and right there. Okay? And the lovely people next door are getting some internet installed, and they've come out with their little digger to dig in the ground. And so now they've decided to start it up. So I don't know. I may have to stop the video if it's too disrupting and start over when it stops. But maybe we can make it to the next stop before, or the next place before it gets insanely loud. So now that we've done that up both sides of the loom, we are going to use our caramel bands. Okay? And what we're going to do, let me get my glasses on. Okay. You're going to start from here and you're going to go up and over and make a triangle. Okay? Let me see. Hold on. I'm really having fun with this thing. Not. Okay, let's see if that's any better. Okay, so you just made a triangle, and you're going to do that all the way up the loom. So you're going to go up the center, make triangle, connect it, up center, make triangle, and you're going to do that all the way up. So when you can go ahead and finish that, and then I'll meet you up at the top. Okay, so I've repositioned this just so that you can see what we did here. Did the triangles right here, another triangle up and over, and we're not going to be able to do the one up and long stretch over because this is where the perimeter ends. So we're just going to go up and down. So it will look a little awkward, but that'll be what it looks like. So you're going up and then alongside the perimeter and across. And you're going to do that one on both sides. Okay, let me move this. Okay, now we're going to do the other side. And it's going to be like a mirror image. So we're going to go out and up. And it makes like a little arrow looking. See how that looks like an arrow, sort of? Okay. And then let's see here. You're going to go, connect it with, to that second pin, go over and make another arrow. Connect it from the center here, go towards the left, and connect it with the center. So, you see how that looks like an arrow? And then that looks like an arrow. And then that looks like an arrow. That's what you're going for. And you're going to do that all the way up the loom. So it's just the same thing that you did on this side. You're going to do it on that side all the way up. And then you're going to finish off the same up top where I had showed you. And instead of, well, you're just going to have to go up and then follow it along the perimeter and down. So it'll look a little different, but you'll do the same thing on that side. All right, you go on up the loom, and when I get done, I'll meet you back to the top. You go an arrow like that. So this is how it should look, and the rest of them should look like an arrow. Okay. What is the next step? Well, let's see here. I'm thinking, in my notes it shows to do the looping, but I'm thinking we need to put cap bands because I think it was a slight flaw in the design and I had to work that out. But I think I may have figured it out. So what we want to do is we want to cap band all of these pegs just down the center. You can do a double or a triple. I always do triple. So you put it in there, go around it once, go around it twice, and then you'll have a cap band. Okay, and you're going to go all the way down the loom. Another way, which I'm sure you already are familiar with this, you take a band, put it in your hook, twist it around once, twist it around twice, then you have 3 on there. Pick it up, grab it, and put it on that second one. You can do it that way or the way that I did, whichever one comes easy to you, but you come all the way down the loom. So go ahead and put your cap bands on and I'll meet you back. You should have cap bands throughout. I don't know if you can see them all the way down here. The center is all cap bands. So that's what your loom should look like so far. Okay, I'm thinking, let me check my notes, but I'm thinking we go ahead and turn the loom around. And we are ready to start looming. Let me see if I can get this out of the picture. Okay. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go in through this cap band. Okay. Make sure. I think what's happening is right here on my phone, on this device that I'm using, or this program, there's like a faint line, but you can still see down here. And I think why I messed up on my cookies and cream was because I was still down here because I could still see it, but the line was right here and it must have just cut it right off. So I'm really trying to make sure I'm above the line. So hopefully that's what happens. Okay, so you're going to go through this cap band here, and you're going to grab your top band, which is your caramel, obviously, and you're going to grab it, and you're going to pull it forward and across back to itself. See that? Okay. Then you're going to have to go through this cap band on the second one as well. See that cap band? You're going to go through that cap band, and then you're going to grab the top one, and you're going to grab it and put it straight up and to itself, so it looks like that. Okay, I'll try to hold it this way for just so that you get a better view. You're going to go through this cap band, so go through the cap band, grab the top one, and then you're going to pull it forward and back to itself. Okay, one more. You're going to go through, grab the cap band, grab that top one, and pull it across to itself. So you go ahead and finish that all the way down the loom, and then I'll meet you back to do the other side. So I finished mine all the way up, ended at the top. Let me see. Right there. Now we're going to come down to the beginning and do the same thing on the other side. You got to go back in this first cap band, grab the top one, and you're going to pull it to the left, back to itself. Okay? That's what it's going to look like. Okay? And then you're going to go back into this cap band, grab the top one, which is the bottom one, and bring it back onto itself. Go into the third cap band, get the last caramel that's there, to the left and back onto itself. One more. It's the last one that you're picking up, so there's no other bands. So I'll do one more. Okay, because this one is where this flower thing is. So you're going to go through this cap band, just grab the top one, which is that caramel. I just want to make sure you get that caramel, chocolate caramel. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like going all the way down. So if you want to finish up, I'll meet you back. Finished all the way to the top. That's what it looks like. I guess I should have probably told you I used the 600 pack Rainbow Loom brand chocolate caramel. You want to use something that has some good stretch because you're having to stretch it back onto 3 pegs. So you probably limited edition bands probably wouldn't work. I wouldn't even attempt it because they're going to bust. Snap right in half. Opaque is fine, I believe, because it's got a lot of stretch, but that's what I find for the center because it stretches so much. Plus on these side ones also opaque stretches nicely, but if you use something that doesn't have a lot of stretch, beware. Might very well happen. Okay, let's see what we're going to do next. Okay, I think I did all these. I think we're working on the side bands now. Okay, so what we're going to do is this. Remember, this is the weird part, is because remember we had the loom turned around the other way. We had to do a small one here instead of a long stretch. So we're going to go into this third pin bar, and we're going to grab that black one that's on top and put it towards the bottom. Okay? And then we're going to go in through this second peg right here and grab the one that goes to here. So you go in through here. Oops. I guess let me set it down so I can see better. I know my hand's probably in the way. Let me see. Okay, you grab that top one and you're going to stretch it right over to there. Okay? Then you're going to go down here and this corner pin, grab that one and pull it towards itself. See? And then you're going to go in through this pin, the second pin, or the third one up, and go to the right. Remember, it will go down one. You always go down one. So down one, long stretch. Okay? And wherever you ended this one, you want to go down one, grab that black band, and long stretch. And where you ended this one, you want to go down one, grab that black band, long stretch. One down, grab that one, long stretch. So I'll show you what you do on the other side. It's the same exact thing. You're going to start off here, 1, 2, third up, grab that top black band, and go downwards. Okay? Then you're going to, on the second one, you're going to grab it, the top band, long stretch up. Okay, and this is where you ended right here. You go down one, and you grab that. Where's that band? You grab the long stretch band over to here. And so since you stopped right there, you go down one, grab it, and go up. Down one, grab it, and go up. Down one, grab it, and go up. You do that all the way up the loom on both sides, and I'll meet you back. I keep saying I'm going to meet you back. I'll see you in a minute. So first mistake, third, fourth, whatever. You remember at the on this side how we had to do this real small? It was just a small stretch instead of the long stretch. Well, I just realized here that I should have done it here too, because where I ended here, kind of like where this one ends, see where that ends? There's nothing connecting it anywhere, so it just stays there. So it's going to get, it's probably not going to stay together. So, I really apologize. I don't know what else to do but to show you how to fix that. So you're going to go in through this peg here, go around, take it and grab it with your hook, pull it around, up, and over. Okay? And then I just kind of twirl it around to get it to go towards the bottom. See how it's laying there? Then I'm going to go up underneath these two. So I guess, well actually, yeah, I'm going to have to go up underneath these two and these two. So these, and I'm going to grab the other end of that, and I'm going to pull it through and then pull it on. See that? I'm just going to fix it to where it's up underneath those bands. Let me try to fix it. Okay, you see that? See how now it's underneath? So now I'm going to grab it and pull it over. See that? That's what we're going for. I messed up over here, so I'm going to take it. Well, I hadn't gotten over to here yet, so I can go ahead and fix this side because I hadn't gotten there yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these ones off, just hold on to them, and I'm going to put it on there and stretch it across, and then put these back on. That should fix it. So let me finish looming up this side, and we'll see how it all turns out. So that's what we were going for where I messed up. We want to definitely have one that connects it and not just stop right here. That's where I had a little flaw in my design. I should have fixed it in my pictures as I was making it the first time around, but I never thought I'd be doing tutorials either, so I just figured I could figure it out if I ever wanted to make it again. So, and I'm hoping that as you came up on the little flower part, that you only grabbed the top band, you knew which to leave those ones alone. Okay, hopefully that's what happened. Okay, let me see where I'm at now. I think we're doing the flower, but let me see just how it's going to be done. Okay, first flower is right here. Okay, so we're just gonna put them back to themselves. So let's see which one is gonna go first. Okay, you're gonna go in through the middle here, and you're gonna grab the top. It's kind of awkward, you kind of gotta push it to the side. Grab the top gold, pull it down, go in again, grab the next top one to the center. You go back in, go up, and you just follow it all the way around. Okay, it's kind of awkward because this one doesn't have anything to go with it because it's got the perimeter, or the perimeter of the flower stops right there. So it is a little weird. Let me see if I go ahead. Okay, so now you're going to go in, let's see here, I believe we're going to go and we're going to grab this one. We're going to start at the side here, and we're going to grab that band. You see that band? I don't know if you can see it. It's this band right here. And you're going to grab it and pull it there. Okay? And then we're going to go into this band where you, okay, and we're going to grab that bottom band and pull it back to itself. Then you're going to go back into this band, and you're going to get that last band, pull it back to itself, and go back into this one, or go into this one and go towards the perimeter. So that's what it's going to look like. It's going to go from here to here to here to here to here, and it stops because we're gonna end when we go up the perimeter, that'll connect all them. Okay, and I believe we go to the next one, which, let's see here. We do the same thing. We start at the perimeter over here, and we grab that, the perimeter to the flower. Grab it and pull it on itself. Then we go back in there into this pin, grab that, move towards the center, and then go in wherever you, oops, you grab it and you just back to itself. All of them go back to themselves. Oops, know where I messed up? I bet you can figure it out, can't you? Because you're smart and I'm not too bright. This is my design and I don't even know what I'm doing. So I'm going to put them back. Gosh, this is terrible. I'm going to put them back. Okay, put it back around. And I'm going to go down the center, go round and round till it goes back into place. Bet you can guess we should have done the gold first. We should. I got ahead of myself because I was all excited. Okay, and then we're going to take this one and pull it back here. Okay, now we're back at the beginning. I apologize. You're always going to do the gold and then the perimeter. Gold and perimeter. Okay, so we're going to go in and we're going to kind of go off to the side and grab, bring them all, go all the way around and bring them all to themselves. Oops, I grabbed two. Put that back on. Make sure I got the right ones. Okay, well, It's that top one. Go in here, grab that one. Okay, so when you go to do that flower and the other flower up top, after the caramel bands, after the black bands, okay, I think it was the caramel and then the black, and then we went on to these flowers. You're always going to do the gold first, back to themselves, and then you're going to go in, starting at the perimeter, and you're going to go around. So, find it now. You're just going to follow it all the way around. Wherever they connect, you're going to go into that. Let me find it. Well, okay. See how we went in from here? Okay, so that part's done. You move up to the next one, and okay. So then I did the perimeter going all the way up, and then just following it and where it meets up here. So then let me see if I can position this better to where I can work with. Okay, what I do is I take one of my, this is just how I do it. A lot of people put 2 bands here before they even get started, but I didn't do it that way this time. So I go in through this last peg, through all these lovely bands. See that? And I grab a hold of it and I pull towards me so that I don't snag any of the other bands. And then I bring it around to the center to where the bands are like that. See? And then I just grab it. Put it onto the hook. Now, you can go ahead and put a C-clip right there. For whatever reason, I just don't. I just leave my hook right there, and then when I get the bracelet off, then I put it on. I don't know. It's whatever you want to do. So, I'll just show you what I'm going to do. Let me see if I can. What I end up doing is I loosen the tension because, I mean, there are a ton of bands on some of these pegs. So you don't want to just rip it off. So you just go through. I want to make sure I get everything. Yep, okay. And you just release the tension. And I would just use a hook because if you use your fingers, that's really rough on the fingers. Oh, that's a big one because that's got all the flower bands on it. But you just pull it off on all the sides. My loom's already bowing so many. Okay, and I do it on this side as well. Just go up and carefully just lift them up off the peg. Okay. Maybe, I don't know if it's that, I can't remember if it's that simple to pull off after you loosen the tension on the sides or if we've got to loosen more, 2 more sets. I'm not sure, so just give me a minute and, oops, sorry, and I will, okay, so we've loosened it on both sides. Now, let me see how all this is going to play out as far as how hard it is going to be off. Yeah, see, there's a ton of bands still on some of these, so it's probably going to be best if you just grab it from here, hold on to that end, and just lift up and pull it off each side. See what I'm doing? And that way you get also a sneak peek at what your bracelet's going to look like. So grab that, because there's a lot and you don't want them to bust. And then you just pull back a little bit to get a better angle. Pull up, pull up, pull up. And you just do that all the way up the loom. So I'm going to finish taking it off and then I'll show you what it looks like. I just pulled it off the loom, and here you go. I just kind of stretch it out a little bit, because it is a kind of a thick, tight bracelet. Stretch it a little bit. And then what I end up doing is I go through, well, so like I untwist the bands as good as I can get them untwisted. And see how that's kind of, so I grab the end and I twist towards it. Grab the other side. It's kind of, you kind of got to play with it to get it the right look, to get the gold to shine through. And then you see where that's laying kind of flat? I just take it and carefully move it towards the center. And then this one makes it easy for her to grab this one. Okay, and then I grab that one and put it kind of in the center or wherever you would like to have it. Sorry about that. And then I fix that one to where I want it, and then I grab that other bead and pull it towards the center. Be careful not to use your nails. I use my nails, and I can't tell you how many times that I have snapped a band in half. They're like razor blades. Okay, there's that. And then there's your perimeter. So that's what your little flower thing's going to look like. If you don't like the way this part hangs out, which I think it makes it look pretty neat, you can go through and I think you can pull up, take your hook and pull up a little bit to tighten it. But I think it looks kind of neat being out like that. But you clean it up just like that all the way around, however you want the bands to lay. I don't like mine twisted, so I'm going to go through and I'm going to untwist them and put these little spacer beads in the centers to make it all nice. I also go through and I make sure this black isn't twisted either. See? So there's a twist right there. I don't know why that bothers me, but I'm going to grab it, pull it, and twist towards it. And then snap it and let it go. It'll go back into place and it'll lay flat. See that? And I'll do that probably with the center bands. Anything where I think it needs to look nice, I'll go ahead and fix. But there you go. There's that. And let me find my charm and I'll show you. Where's my charm? If you choose to put the charm on it, trying to find it with all this stuff. Well, I have no idea where it's at the moment, so I apologize. I thought I had it laying sitting out. Or sitting out. Anyhow, what I do is I have this little charm, which is somewhere in my mess, and I take it and I'll put it like in the center. So you see how this is right there? I would most likely put it right there. And I would tie it down in the back. And then it'll be together. But let's see what the back looks like. Back looks like that. Front looks like that. And I go through and I will straighten all my bands here on the side as well. And then I will move these seed beads in the center. So like snap them back, snap them back, snap them back. And that one, I'll take that. And this is where I usually use my nails, but I'm going to try to just use my fingertips. And I will straighten them so that it lays a little nicer all the way down. And I'll come back when I have it all nice and cleaned up for you to show you the finished product. Okay, so once you go finishing the bands and fixing all the seed beads the way that you want them, just kind of try not to use your fingernails or you'll slice it, but just get it how you want it to lay, and that's what it is. Fix any bands that you want to, where the color needs to show. You probably don't want too many that are twisted. I think I got most of them, but basically that's it. You can place these flowers anywhere you want, so if you wanted to go here, 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 you know, however many you can. I thought I left this section of it blank. Maybe on my other one I left this blank, but anyhow, I found the charm, yay, and you can connect it right there in the center. Let me set it down and get a better view. Hold on. Okay, so maybe just put it there in the center like that. And then when you put it on the wrist, there it is. If you need it longer than what this is, just add an extension on right there. But that's it. I'm pretty proud of this design. I love it. I hope you do too, and I hope you decide to do it. I did another one, and I'll go get another one, and I used different spacers there, and I used different colors, the red and the purple and the Persians, and I found, let me just pull this out. That's what it looks like. So however you want to do it, put a nice charm in the center, but yeah, that's the royal punk because of the nice charm. And then this is the steampunk. So hopefully you like it. All right, until next time. Bye.